moment. What a moment right now. We did it again, people. We did it again. You are listening to the B.D.S.I.R network, the best damn show in worldwide radio with I, Grand Body P. We are sponsored by Got the Juice. Who got the juice now? Hey, it's not about the juice though. It's about the smoke this week. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not about that smoke personally. You know what I mean? But I want the smoke. Introducing my co-host, the Lioness, the Empress, Only D. Do you want the smoke?
Hi guys, what's popping? What's popping? It's good to be back. It's been a while. It's been a very long while, but I'm back. I'm back to stay for a long time. We are going to be introducing this fantastic artist today, and I'm just going to take this back to Grant Body P because he does this so well. This artist needs a very, very good introduction.
That he does, man. That he does. This one goes out to all you cats who put up on your social media, rap was better in the 90s. This one is for you, okay? We got a special guest in the building. You know what I mean? Artist, manager, A&R consultant, lecturer, educator, visionary. You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all know. Known for the album, Who Wants to Smoke? We Want the Smoke. He's got a next album, Armageddon. But you might know him for this album, Station Identification, with the hit single, Madism. People, stand on your feet. People, show your respect. People, acknowledge this man. Acknowledge Hakim Green of Channel Live, because there's all these weak rappers making hits. Fuck that. Oh, I cost bad words. I'm so excited, man. Welcome to the RePPiN4U Hip Hop Show, Mr. Hakim Green. What's going on?
Welcome, Hakim.
I was over here smoky over here. Y'all said y'all wanted to smoke, so I was getting it smoky for you. You know what I mean?
Get you. Nah. Seriously. This is a special moment. Thank you for taking time out to talk to us right now. You know what I mean? Taking us back, another powerful legend in the building, man. I don't know where we're getting them all from. You know what I mean? But
so great to have these hip hop legends, you know, just showing us how hip hop used to be and how it still should be.
Yeah.
They're leading the way from the beginning to the end, still leading the way.
Yeah. Trying to carry that torch. Yeah, carry that torch. You know, if you're making music in the 90s, you're probably, into hip hop in the 70s and the 80s before we were actually calling hip hop. You know, it was just a cultural, just the cultural norms, from breakdancing to B.D.I.R to DJing and scratching to, throwing the park jams and house parties and the basement parties and there was a whole aesthetic, a code, an ethic to the culture that we live by. It was more than just rapping, so we trying to represent the entire culture continuously, so we can pass it down to our younger generations and they can, take it to the next level, so we got to understand what the cultural, values, what's really, really important, like, word is bond. Your word is your bond, keeping your word, not just talking it, but being it, We talking about down by law was mean you had the official stamp of the people who mattered in the culture. They said this was the next hot thing. You represent the culture properly. We give you that love and respect. You just couldn't skip steps. You just couldn't go to somebody outside the culture, get a little check, and then you got all this money paying for ads and paying for respect and paying for notoriety. And no, you had to go showcase your talent and earn it from the people who, really mattered. So that was down by law. The knowledge, wisdom, understanding, that's in and of itself speaks volumes. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And then hip hop is about peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. Peace, love, unity, safely having fun. So we try to embody all that, what we do. Yeah.
Definitely, because rap's changed a lot. Rap's changed a whole lot. I'm not going to go into that now because last time I went into that, I had everyone in stitches. So I'm going to keep that quiet. But rap is just not the same how it used to be. It's just not. I remember you guys back in 1995, you doing a collaboration with KRS One. It was just amazing. Hopefully it comes back in front of the new rap that's out there now.
Yeah. Well, you know, to be honest with you, it didn't really go anywhere.
It didn't.
And there are a lot of young artists who are quite successful.
Yeah.
You know, giving us the traditional form, be it J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
There's a new group over here on the come up called Coast Contra, who feel like leaders of the new school.
Is that
definitely?
so?
I do like Kendrick Lamar. I do like Kendrick Lamar.
You know, so you know, and it's not just them. Yeah, and then you got the battle rap scene out here is really, really huge. And they're about the lyricism and metaphors and just being thoughtful with the rhyme and creative with the rhyme, you know. So it's not all doom and gloom. I can't say all of the culture is the trash, you know. It's just the mainstream is the mainstream, and the mainstream's always been the mainstream though. Even when you know, rap in the 90s and the 80s was all pure, you know, it was underground. That's why it wasn't in the mainstream. Now, you know, rap is the mainstream, so we got to parse it just a little bit more specific. But you know, it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want to, you know, be a hater and an old fogey and you know, oh, these young kids, this and that. There's a lot of good stuff out there, so we just got to be more in tune to the culture and elevate the stuff that we like. Which is why you guys are doing what you do, and I get a chance to come share myself with you know, you folks over there. Thanks to you guys, you're keeping the culture pure. Appreciate you.
Most definitely.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you, man, for, you know what I mean, setting the standard and all of that, man. You know what I mean, and all that good stuff, man. But yo, I mean, it's just like what you say. It's bridging the gap right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm like you. I don't want to come across as a hater either. Yeah, do I like trap music?
Yeah.
No, but it's like we have to understand that we've got our younger generation. We've got our sons, daughters, nephews, nieces who love the new music, right? And they sometimes put us on to watch new, and we're like, wow, yo, this is hot. So there's so as much. I'm gonna say this to you, Hakim. As much as I don't like trap music, but I don't like people trapped in the 90s either. I really don't like that.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's like, you know, I gotta be honest. In 1987, 1988, I'm giving away my age, but you know, those is my like graduate from high school, going into college, you know. And as great as Smokey Robinson is, I wasn't checking for Smokey Robinson. It was my parents' music. You can't take Smokey Robinson's greatness from him, but our generation, we needed what was great to us. And it's the same thing now.
Right.
Like, you know, the young folks need their leaders, their spokespersons, the people that represent what they're doing. And that's not gonna always include us. It's just that when you have a certain standards and ethics should be applicable no matter what, you know, being about your word, down by law, you know, having a certain criteria to go through steps. Just make sure that whatever the art form is, it stays pure. When you can skip steps, no matter what you're doing, it just cheapens the whole thing, you know?
I definitely agree. Hakim Green. I remember back in the days when the grandparents would say, they don't make music how they used to. Music's different now, it's changed. And we would used to be like, oh no, it's not. Music's better now. Oh no. Back in the days when I was younger, music was so much better. And now we're doing the same. We're kind of doing the same. We're like, you know, music's not the same anymore. And then the youths are going, I don't think so. Music's better now than what it was back then. And then obviously when they get older now, they're going to be in the same position as us now, saying, and so on and so on. Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but the thing, KRS put me onto this jewel, right? Yeah. About soul music, what soul music is for real, right? We're talking about soul, you're talking about the essence of your human self is your soul, right? Yeah. And when you make music using your soul, meaning you blow wind into an instrument, a trumpet, a flute, a clarinet, you blowing the human essence through the instrument to make the sound. or if you take the hand and you beat the drum, using the human, form to make that so the human soul gets transferred through the instrument into the sound that you hear, right? When music is digitized, the soul has been taken from it. It's not the human, the quality itself gets separated from the actual instrument. And then when everything is being made in the computer, it's like I say, there's just certain points in between the point that no matter what a machine tries to do, it can't get the humanness to something. And that's what we across the board with today's music, be it 90s hip hop or,
yeah,
those forms of music, when it's all in the computer, it's all digitized, the sounds are truncated, it's compressed, it's, it's just, it loses the human essence. And
yeah.
So that was a crazy jewel you get coming up under the teacher, KRS One. Big shout out to him.
That's the new thing called, is it auto-tune?
Auto-tune.
Oh my gosh. Remember Jay-Z tried to
a lot of them
right?
singing auto-tune now. Am I right in saying that? It sounds like a bit robotic. And they all kind of started to sound exactly the same. Sometimes I don't know who's rapping. It's just I do love the up and coming artists, Kendrick Lamar and all that. And I'm loving Kendrick Lamar. He's on another planet. But a lot of them, I can't tell who's rapping because they've all got kind of like that same computerized sort of voice. Where back in the days, I think the difference is you knew who was rapping. You would hear one hook and you would know who it is. But now, because the kind of sounds computeristic, I can't tell who's name sometimes.
And what these jokers will do is they're going to create androids. They're going to create robots that are artists and sell them to you as a real artist. And it's going to now I can replace human beings because I've dumbed the music down to the point where a robot can do it. I know it sounds crazy. No, it sounds far-fetched, but when you think about it, I can see that quick. They're going to sell you Max Headroom. Remember that TV show, Max Headroom?
Yeah.
Remember Max Headroom?
Yeah.
That's what I am right now to you on Zoom. Peep the science.
True.
I'm way off on a tangent. I'm way off on a tangent. My bad.
Wow, I want to hear about this. I couldn't imagine. In fact, a robot would sound like some of the rappers nowadays now, though.
Yeah. So it's just the dumbing down of society. Just getting it to a point where now you can replace human beings because everything is automated, everything is digitized, everything is computerized. And we're used to it. We hear it on the radio. Everybody sounds the same. Well, if everybody sounds the same, I could just replace the human being with something that's not real.
Wow! I want to know more about this. Replacing humans with robots.
Yeah. I mean, they tell us on movies like what's that? The Black
iRobot.
What's that series?
iRobot.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I've actually, Grandbody Pete, I've actually seen an iRobot. It talks, it's a female. I'll send you the video. You can actually talk to the female and she conversates with you like normal and she even jokes with you. A guy was saying to the robot, I'm interested in you. And she went, oh, well, do you have a boyfriend? And she said to the guy, do you have a boyfriend? Really conversating and everything, and she looked just like iRobot.
Listen to Only D trying to set me up. No, thank you. I'm not interested. 100% not interested. Okay, don't go there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you
got jokes.
That's where we at with the music. Definitely, it's always dumbed down. It's on a certain vibration, and that's where we at. And, there's a time and place for everything, but let's just not lose the human essence. Let's know what that is and appreciate what it is so we can always have it around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And the thing is, we still got hope. You know what I mean? Because I've interviewed artists over the years, and some of them have turned around to me and said, "Oh, they've set up their own academy where we got young artists coming up with quality music, you know, as well. You know, none of that business. We're coming with real skills." So there's still hope. There's still hope in the future, man. You know what I mean? Let's not lose hope right there, man. And
that's right.
What's up. Now, with all that, you know what I mean? Let's bring it back though. You know what I mean? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to '94, Hakim. Right. Well, when did how far did you and KRS go back? That's a start. Does it go back to '94 or does it go back before that?
Before that. All right. So I was a school teacher from 1990 to '94.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I taught it. I created an after
school teacher.
Oh yeah. Well, he was the teacher, but I was actually teaching the classroom teaching. Wow. So I was a social studies and science teacher at Hart Middle School Complex, B.D.S.I R, New Jersey, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Wow. You learn new things every day. You was the teacher.
Yeah. So it was actually the school that I attended as a student, and it was the school itself was an experiment created in '72. It was like an open classroom setting, a school without walls, which is kind of a difficult thing in the environment we came up in. We needed structure, and that lack of structure just made it crazy. So all that said, when I went back to teach, it enabled me to see myself in that environment, and then the things that were missing, what I didn't get, what wasn't in the curriculum, and that was, you know, my sense of an African American, my connection to, you know, Black and brown people, and my history prior to slavery. All those things were important things that I missed. So getting that information in college, I wanted to give it back. We started an after school program called Act Now, After Children of Tomorrow Now. And part of that program involved us taking to these young students to see different lecturers. This is when KRS One was doing Human Education Against Lies. That's how I met KRS One. So I met KRS One as a teacher. He ended up inviting me to open up his lectures. And then I did maybe 2 or 3 of them. And then about a year later, I had a demo. And then I hit him with the demo. And then we got signed to his management. And then the Capitol Records deal came about 6, 7 months later. And Madism, that's just
Madism, you've turned that into a household name now. You know what I mean? I know back at that time when I was a teenager listening to that, I ain't gonna lie to you, Hakim. I had no idea what Madism meant. I had no idea, especially when I'm not about that smoke either. You know what I mean? I had no idea. I just thought it was a hot track. That was it. I used to see it come on. That's true. I used to see it on MTV raps and all that, man, but never clocked on. You know what I mean? I never really clocked what the song was about. And you know, half the time I ain't gonna lie to you, Hakim. I tried to turn it up, and my mom would tell me to turn it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So, because back then you used to tape it off. You used to tape on a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Yo MTV raps. And if you turn up the volume, then the sound quality would improve. That's how it was back then. But my mom was not having it, man. It's kind of funny, you know, because the weird thing about it is that your song's about Madism, right? But as soon as Method Man came on, my mom would order me to turn it up. You know what Method Man's about?
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. That's my guy right there, Method Man. Wu-Tang, put your W's up, no doubt.
All day, man, all day. What DJ Coalition, stand up, man. But man, let's get back to, you know, let's get back to you then, man. So wow, so it's very interesting that you was already a teacher and then you met up with KRS and then the music came after that. I thought it was the other way around, you see. I thought it was more of a, you know, you was on stage rhyming or whatever, and then KRS spotted you, and then that was it. Boom. You never know, say the way around.
No, I got discovered as a school teacher.
Wow, that is fantastic. Yeah. A school teacher.
Yeah. So early 1990 to 1994, and then we got the record deal in the start of that year. I was still teaching, and then the school, there was a huge flood during the Christmas break, and the roof collapsed, and it just caused a very unsafe condition. And I had questioned I questioned the superintendent, you know,
Yeah.
like, why don't we should find another location. And
Yeah.
he gave me ultimatum. He said, listen, you can stay here or you can leave. He had no idea. I just got my record deal. I was like, oh, word? All right, I'm out. And that was it. I left. Unfortunate because I really did enjoy teaching, you know, and the young folks got a great deal out of it. But, you know, it's an extremely stressful environment for myself as a teacher. So that just, you can imagine what the students were going through, trying to learn, going through those conditions and experiences. It was just, you know, disheartening in a lot of ways. So I was out. And smoking madism. So I'm in the tunnel, the club, the tunnel. You know what I mean? And I'm over in the corner, sparking madism. And then my students roll up on me. Yo, Mr. Green. They get in somehow, they get in the club. Mr. Green, oh, he blowing it down. Mr. Green blowing it down. It's hilarious. I'm being an artist in the corner, smoking just all the weed in the world. And my former students run up to me in the club, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's an experience.
Man, you must get teacher of the year every year, man. You know what I mean?
I know. Oh my gosh. Madism was a big track though. I know it was hit number 54 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a hot track back then.
Yeah, it was a big record. Another big shout out to KRS One. I got to tell you how that song came in the beat.
Please.
So you know, Tuffy and I were highly influenced by like really into Souls of Mischief, really into the Licks, DOS Effects, Smith and Wesson, Black Moon, of course.
Pull up.
Like we was in the lyrics, like lyrics. Razzcast, Organized Confusion, you know, Nas, of course. I mean, in the lyrics.
Yes.
We had this song on our demo called "The Blunt Is on Fire." The blunt is on fire.
Wow.
Pass the lighter, let the Philly blunt burn. So in the song, I was the weed. So my whole verse is a metaphor about how I get you high, you know, the stickiness to the crystals, and it was crazy lyrical, miracle, all type syllables, double entendres, metaphors, you know, all that. Tuffy's the blunt. I split them down the back, I unroll you, I wrap it around. You know, he's in terms of his rhymes and what his rhymes do. Third verse is what happens when you smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
The blunt is on fire. KRS is like, yo, I need to do another weed song, but dumb it down. We got a weed, so now I'm a school teacher. Only one whole hour. I'm a school teacher. I ain't supposed to talk about weed. He was like, nah, but you don't understand. Y'all too lyrical. I gotta go over people's heads. Y'all gotta dumb it down. So it was like a big argument in the studio.
Yeah.
Huh? It was a big argument in the studio about dumbing the lyrics down, not being so lyrical. We're like, this is KRS One. This is it. You're like the super lyrical. You're the teacher. You're the blast master. You're the lyrical god. How are you telling us this, right? So he goes, all right, just trust me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump on this song with you, right? I'm gonna show you. So if you notice, his verse is, the episode starts when I walk down the block, reach in my pocket. Yo, where's my knot? It follows me into the spot. It's not real lyrical. He's just really telling you, I'm walking, da 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 da. But because he's walking with you, it's like he's holding your hand, and you're gonna go, here, Chris, take my hand. He walks you to the joint. Now, so our verses, we wrote it to be silly. We wrote it hoping that he tells us to write another verse because that's y'all just being stupid. You're taking what I'm saying and you're just exaggerating, and I didn't mean for you to do. So I write my verse real dumb, stupid. I get to wake up in the morning, got to yearning for herb. He turns the music off. So I think he's gonna tell me to get out the booth. He was like, he's like, yo, you bugging, you wilding, you need to start your verse like that.
You can imagine, I can imagine.
I'm like, yo, What are you talking about? You crazy? I wrote this trying to be stupid. Wake up in the morning, got the yearning for herb was the dumbest thing I could have ever said in my life. It's the best thing I could have ever said in my life at that point. Wake up in the morning. So yeah, that's how that song came into existence. It was actually me and Tuffy trying to write dumb, like we dumbed it down. And that's the song that worked. And that's the song that worked. So the lesson for you artists and creators out there is, you have to, go down to your audience's level and then pick them up. Don't stay there. Don't go down there and stay there. Go down there to pick them up.
Right.
And I think that's what that's what listeners they want. They want to be related to. They want to be understood. They want you to come from where they come from, but they really want you to take them somewhere else, take them somewhere new, open up their experience. And it's a very tricky endeavor. It's as all the real artists were just proficient at that, being able to reach down to the quote unquote the lowest level and bring people up. Tupac was great at that, extremely good at that. One of the best.
Yes,
I agree.
I'm glad you mentioned I mean, you've touched on a lot of things that I want to ask you. You know what I mean? I will get to Tupac in a little while, but obviously you do mention your rhyming partner Tuffy. You heard from him. What's he doing these days?
He works in music publishing. He's good. He's chilling. He's in California, living a life.
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan rocks the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm repping for me. I got what you're saying. Nori was repping for both of them.
Yeah.
I'm repping for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
that's it. That's it.
Unfortunately,
exactly.
when I show up, it's Channel Live. So right now I'm in a place where when I show up, I want it to be Hakim Green of Channel Live.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got you.
That Channel Live has just been, it's been live. It stayed live since 2000 to 2021, 2022. A lot of people were collaborating on that one.
Oh.
You talking about Armageddon? Armageddon with Method Man, Carl Thomas. Who else we have on there? Malik Youssef, Rowdy Roz. Benny Boom, the video and film director, is rapping on that project. Who else is on there? Queen Latifah, Black Rob.
Man, rest in peace, Black Rob.
Rest in peace, Black Rob. My guy, my guy. He came through.
It's coming up in anniversary of him as well, man.
He collaborated on Temptation with Queen Latifah. And the album, majority of it was produced by Mike City, who wrote and produced I Wish for Carl Thomas. Tuffy and I played the conduit between Mike City and Bad Boy.
Wait a minute.
I wish I never met her.
Yeah. Man, that's a tune and a half. I didn't know he did that.
So, Tuffy and Mike City went to high school together. They grew up together. And then Carl was great. We've been close since like 91, 92.
Yeah. So,
when he got his Bad Boy deal, like we were, we were right there. Actually, we did a video Channel Live, Is It a Dream? That came out 95 for the Million Man March soundtrack. Carl Thomas is actually in that video. We got tons of songs with Carl Thomas. But that Mike City produced I Wish I Never Met Her for Carl. And then that was the same time we were working on that Flavor Unit album with Armageddon. So Mike City ended up producing majority of that along with Poison Ivy, Chucky Madness, and I'm missing somebody. I'm sorry, I missed somebody. Oh, Buddha and Shamello, rest in peace, Shamello, who also produced Put Your Hands on My Eyes Can See for Busta Rhymes.
Put my hands on my eyes can see.
Wow. Carl Thomas though, man. Carl Thomas, man. He's on my he's on my interview wish list as far as I'm concerned. Carl Thomas.
Yeah. So he's on the album Who Wants to Smoke, the album I put out in 2020. 25th anniversary of Madism, the album Madism, Who Wants to Smoke, with KRS One, General Steele, Carl Thomas, Dres from Black Sheep, Dot X, Tretch, Do It All, Keith Murray, Thurston Howell III, Weedham Zoes, Architects. Yeah, big part. Yeah, big album.
Yeah, man. That tune as well. The Madism, the anniversary version of it. What's it? 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, to 2015 with Tretch, Do It All, Keith Murray, produced by Domingo. Yeah, that was it. And I got a version with Minty Burns on it. Yeah.
Sean. Yeah,
thank you.
That's a big tune, man. You know what I mean? See, that's a problem with me, you know. I like tunes. A lot of my favorite tunes are about wanting that smoke. You know what I mean? Even though I don't partake in it myself.
Right.
But man, that posse cut right there, man. You know what I mean? Tell us the thought process and how all that one came together, because why? That one was massive, man.
Yeah, well, that was the 20th anniversary, right? So, you know, KRS told me in 2013 that I was playing myself, that I should be in the cannabis business. I had gone back to Jersey doing some activist work, working at a youth center in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Working with the he was then South Ward councilman, but now he's the mayor, Raz Baraka. So I had a different look, you know what I mean? I was trying to, you know what I mean, suit and tie, you know what I mean? It's just smoking the baddest guy had it with, you know what I mean? I didn't want to really represent the cannabis like that. Huh?
You got to do it all look.
Oh yeah, you know, big shout out to Do It All. He's gonna be the Westport councilman come May 10th. You know, we voting for DoItAll Kelly, Dupre Kelly. Big shout out to him. Hip hop's in the building.
We're gonna talk about Do It All in a little while as well, man. But continue on.
Yeah. So I was like, I need to. So 2013, Chris was like, you need to get in the cannabis business. So 2 years later, it was the 20th anniversary of Madism. I was in the studio recording. I'm like, you know what? Let me do something just to. So I was like, you need to record. How could I best? I've never done a song with Tretch. I gotta have Tretch on this record.
Yeah.
And then I was doing some consulting work with Do It All, so I had to have him on the joint. And I always wanted to record with Keith Murray. Domingo had the joint. So Domingo just understood what Madism was and how to recreate that feel. Not that you ever gonna create something as dope as that joint, but you know, he came with that fire, and that was it. We put it together, shot the video for it. You know, I just wanted to celebrate the 20th anniversary of that song because it was so important with a different feel to it. So I got these other MCs.
Oh yeah.
And that just opened up the door for the website, Madism.info, the talk show I do, Madism TV and Madism Sports every Thursday with KG from Naughty by Nature, Wes, Cliff, Big E. You know, we go and talk about sports. And then just, you know, pushing the Madism brand. Cannabis is opening up in the States. All these different states are now legal with it. So there's always going to be a place for the Madism. So let me get to work, get this energy behind that brand, and let people know what time it is. Madism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look on that powerful eagle logo, you know.
Got the Hey Roo. That Hey Roo. That's Hey Roo.
But Hakim Green, you're actually good for acting as well, aren't you? And also a producer. Tell us more about that, about your being an actor and also producing as well, because you're also known for that too.
Yeah. Well, I can act the fool all day. Man, I can act the fool. Yeah, I'm really good at acting the fool. But you know, for me, it's improvisation. You know, throw me in an environment, tell me what the scene, the context is, and you try to deliver it as best you can. You know, so I've done some acting.
Wu-Tang Clan rocks the world.
So I wouldn't say I was the greatest actor, but you know, I give you what you need, how you need it when you ask for it. Now, in terms of the producing, you know, producing is just about having a network of folks that you can rely on. So when ideas come up to be executed, you know who to tap into to help make an idea come into fruition. I have a company called 24 Hours of Peace, which was something I created to support the mayor of Newark, New Jersey's initiative, Violence is a Public Health Issue. And what that is using the arts community to address violence through cultural expression. Also, you know, being an educator and an activist and organizer, understanding who on the ground in Newark, New Jersey has their hand on the pulse, been working on a certain space, connecting with them and creating a platform using hip hop to bring awareness to that work. So we do this annual event called 24 Hours of Peace, which is the name of my company.
Right.
And we, for 24 hours straight, we're in the middle of the hood, on the block, with peace, love, unity, safely having fun. And throughout the years, we've had Common, Naughty by Nature, Lords of the Underground, Big Daddy Kane, Fat Joe, KRS One,
Wow.
Jadakiss, Styles P, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, man, the list goes on. Monifa, Juice Crew All Stars, Savion Glover's co-hosted a bunch of years. Das Effects, Black Moon, like it goes on and on. You know, we've partnered with the hospitals. We've done stress test analysis. We've done workshops with NAN, National Action Network, with Al Sharpton. He has a tech school where people can get a certification in tech. They come out and do 3D printers. They got the on the block, just in the middle of the hood. Exposing the people to what's there, the resources that are there. So many times we say we don't have. Sometimes we do have. We just have to let people know what's there. And of course, peace, love, unity, safety, having fun. That's the message that's being pushed throughout that 24 hours. Now I say 24 hours, I mean 24 hours. We hit the block 6 p.m. on Friday, and we go straight through to 6 p.m. Saturday, that next day. Sometimes we extend it to 10 o'clock, if everything's cool and kosher. But every year is something that people look forward to in the city of Newark, and they've been a wonderful host for the event for the past 12 years, minus COVID year. Yeah.
Man.
So, yeah.
That's large, that is.
That is very large.
Yeah. 24 hours of peace, 24 HRS of peace. Please Google and follow up, and you can see what we do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's like hip hop culture is the culture. It's not rapping. It's not rapping. Rapping is a part of the culture.
Yes.
The culture, we tap into the culture. You can help develop the people in the culture, and that's how we got to look at hip hop and rap music, the radio stations, what's going on there, and how we're selling and streaming and videos, and that's cool, but that's rap music. There's a whole nother 90% of the pie that we got to get into that has wealth for us. That's the thing. It's not just, we doing it for sake of doing it. We're doing it because there's wealth.
Yeah.
There's value there. Breakdancing is in the Olympics now.
Yeah, man. Imagine.
Breakdancing is in the Olympics, man. Come on. There's so much.
I'm looking forward to, because everything's open back up again. You know what I mean? There's usually like a break mission or a hip hop breakdancing event up in Birmingham. You know what I mean? I think they're doing one this year, sometime in June or July. I was there in 2019, man. My gosh, that was an event, man. To see one of those like dance battles and everything. Hey. It'll be good to see all that again, man. Definitely, man. Let's talk about your newest single, man. You know what I mean? Tin Card Jewelry. Really? You're not wearing any? I'm wearing more jewelry than you. The video just dropped. You know what I mean? What's going on? Is that coming from a new project that's coming, or is it just like a Lucy?
No, so I got this project called Aubrey, Aubrey.
Yeah.
That's my middle name. Aubrey. That's my middle name. Right? So Aubrey, the album, is a tribute to 80s hip hop.
Okay.
Break beats, scratches, samples, taking you back to the essence, right? So Jewelry is really just the latest installment. Took a test last June. Took a test. It's crazy. And I got a video up for that. Took a test. Hakim Green. And right behind it, I dropped the Cypher featuring KRS One.
Bomb drop.
Right. So
oh my God.
The entire album is produced by Ron Lawrence from the Hitmen. Produced Hypnotized for Biggie, Where I'm From for Jay, Phenomenon for LL Cool J.
Man.
Grammy Award winning, Platinum Plus, He's doing the whole album. Now the album's done. I got a joint called Real Hip Hop for the People.
Yeah.
Featuring Amiri Baraka Jr., Chief of Staff for the Mayor, Roz Baraka, DoItAll Dupre Kelly, next West Ward Councilman. And I'm just waiting on one more piece. I don't want to give it away for that. So, and then once I get that piece, the album's done. I'm mixed mastered, ready to drop it, right? The album's done. But until that gets done, I said, you know what? Let me just do this other project. So I got this other project called Nah Me. Nah Me?
I mean,
Lo-fi joints. I'm dropping that next week. That's done. I just yesterday. That's done. I'm gonna get that to you like tomorrow. You'll get it like immediately. You're gonna have it, right? But in the meantime, jewelry.
Pull up. So okay then. So that EP exclusive. So what's gonna happen? Can we rock some of the tunes off there for the show? Or we're gonna let the people wait? How's it gonna go, Hakim? I'm gonna go by your permission. Because boy, I don't wanna drop tune and then.
No, I'm gonna send you the whole joint. You're gonna get the whole joint like immediately. Got 5 songs. I got New York Rap. I got Love and Hip Hop. I got Now and Then. I got Can I Eat? And I got Son of God. And that's all produced by Big French from Mad Bull Productions. Big shout out to him.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have that for you right away. But jewelry. You see that video is out right now. I got a video for Took a Test, the Cypher, and Jewelry, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Jewelry is really off the Aubrey project. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just releasing. I got all this content, all this material. Let me just get it out my system so people can have it.
What?
Hold on. Now the Aubrey album. The Aubrey album. I got KRS One. You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Carl. I got Carl. Another Carl Thomas joint.
Carl's back.
Stolen Art. Oh my God, it's crazy. And I got a joint with CeeLo and Freeway. Big shout out to G Simone.
I'm done.
And I can't forget my man.
You're holding up your hand as well.
I can't.
That's it.
I can't forget my man Malik Youssef from Good Music. You know what I'm saying? I can't forget him. He's on the album as well. You know, and all this is produced by Ron Long. That's 10 joints done. All those joints are done. They're all done.
You know what? Not long ago, I said that the 5 Dog album, Forever, I said that's album of the year. I told people put all the other albums back on the shelf. No album is beating 5 Dog Forever. But now you're mentioning all this, I might have to rethink my statements. Oh Lord. I
can see the excitement. I can see the excitement.
Yeah, but let me just say, rest in peace, 5 Dog. And
yes,
he's in a category unto himself. So
true indeed.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be compared to 5 Dog. I just like, you know what? Because he's a legendary, one of the greatest ever. Fife is.
On another note, people, if you haven't checked that Forever album, do not let me clap in your head. I'm serious. That Forever album. Oh,
yeah, man.
If you're not shedding tears, if you're not shedding tears at the end of the album, by the end of the album, if you're not shedding tears by the end of it, you're not human, man. You're not human. You don't have emotions, okay? You are iRobots. You're not of this world. Move your backside. In fact, come up, yo, people, come up my friends list. I'm serious. Come up on Twitter. Come up on Instagram. If you listen to that Forever album and you couldn't turn around to me and says, nah, come on. It's that simple. I mean, big respect to 5 Dog, man. We still got a lot to talk about, man. You know what I mean, boy? Yo, Grab Body P, Only D on the RePPiN4U Hip Hop Show. We want the smoke with my man Hakim Green of Channel Live, man. New single Jewelry, the video not long come out. You know what I mean? The site on stage for you guys have set the standard on the guys to beat now on verses.
Man, you know, it's the teacher. It's first of all, 1988. Kane was my favorite MC, and that's the greatest year in hip hop history. Is one of the GOATs. He's one of my favorite MCs, one of the most influential MCs in the game, period, point blank. But the Blast Master's the Blast Master. You know what I mean? It's just, it's Chris Scott. You know what I mean? Chris is Chris. You know, it's like, just to be on that stage with those two, to be a part of that history and that legacy, and that story,
Incredible.
me coming from where I come from, man, it's amazing, bro. It's just amazing. You know, I grew up off of that. When people say that 1980, say 5 to 1989, 90 was like so impactful, groundbreaking, ground paving. You know, when you look at Rakim, Chris, Kane, Slick Rick, Cool G Rap, Chuck D, LL Cool J, Run DMC, Public Enemy, X-Clan. Everything else is like,
yeah, definitely.
It's just the groundbreaking. See, you understand, there were no doors open to hip hop in 1985, 86, 87. There was no radio you could just run up in and get a friendly hand, hey, come on in, we got you, come interview, come sit down with us, let me play your joint, let me break your record. It's rap, hip hop, get that garbage out of here, get that trash out of here. We're not playing that, you can't come here. You know what I mean? It's just, you had to have people to, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, kick it in. You got Houdini, Curtis Blow, Sugar Hill Gang, it was knocking on the door. Come behind it, Grandmaster Flash, the Treacherous 3, Kumo D.
Come on, son.
They ringing the doorbell. Run DMC, kick that John in.
You know what, Hakim?
That was the days. That just brought me back years. It's just incredible. All those rappers you just named, I just got excited in my body.
On that note, Hakim, right? I know you are one of those people very active on the social media, right? And you drop jewels all over the place. So my guess is you might have seen the latest hip hop Facebook game that's been going around. I got caught up in it the other day. So I want to know if you want to play this game real quick.
What's that?
So basically, people put out their lists of their favorite people, favorite this, favorite that, favorite this, favorite that.
You want to go down the list?
Yeah.
All right,
right. Real quick. It's like a one-word answer. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it, man. Right. Your greatest rapper of all time. Some of these going to be, obviously obvious, but some of them might be surprising. Greatest rapper of all time.
All right. The greatest rapper of all time is what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what I've got here.
Rapper. All right. So we got to just clarify. Not MC, not lyricist, rapper. And in that case right now, I'm going to say this person just, for me, in the last few years, claimed the throne. Snoop Dogg.
Jeez, Snoop Dogg.
Ooh, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. All right. All right, then. Favorite female rapper?
MC Light.
MC Light.
I was just about to say MC Light. You're right, that one.
MC Light.
MC Light. Favorite rap group?
Run DMC. Tied with Public Enemy. Sorry.
Republic. All right. I like that one. Good choice. Good choice. Here's a good one. Favorite rapper under 30?
I can't take part in this game. I don't know.
I under 30. I'm gonna go Chris Rivers.
Chris Rivers. All right then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chris Rivers.
Good choice. I mean, favorite storytelling lyrics?
Rapper or just song?
Song. Storytelling lyrics.
Super Rhymes by Jimmy Spicer.
Ooh. All right then, that's a good one. Most underrated.
Hakim Green.
That's a very good one. I like that.
I like that one.
I like that. Most overrated.
Eminem.
Ooh, okay. He's on there. Eminem. All right then. Favorite producer.
But he's one of the greatest of all time at the same time. But yeah.
I hear that. Favorite producer?
Wow, man. Dre.
Whoa, Dre,
Yeah, I mean, the entire body of work, Dre.
Dre mash up the Super Bowl, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was incredible.
People
That was
tuned in
incredible.
for that, man.
That was incredible, bro. I was so proud. I was so proud. I was so proud of everybody. That's
All
so
right,
proud
then.
of
I've heard
everybody.
about Dre before. It's been mentioned a few times on this show
Yeah,
of being
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
Favorite album of all time?
It's a tie. Chronic and Ready to Die.
Whoa, I got Ready to Die back there somewhere
Mhm.
in my house. All right, just saying. Okay. Best featured rapper.
Busta.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Only already knows, man.
Yeah, I
she
know.
knows. She knows
What's
when
the
it comes.
rhymes?
She knows
If
when
you
it
get
comes up,
Busta on
that's
your
it.
joint, he'll come in and just it's gonna be
That
done.
is it. That is it. Simple
Yeah.
as that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Last one, because there's so many here, but last one. This one's gonna be a good one. Best hip hop beat.
Best hip hop beat.
Yeah.
Madism. Madism.
That's no question.
Madism.
Yeah.
All we do is spark.
Mhm.
Madism.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Them-
I like that.
I'll put that beat up against anybody's track. Any track, I'll put Madism up against anything.
Oh my gosh, those Facebook games even going around, and I got caught up in it. I got tagged, and so I thought, all right, then I'll play along, and I'll list my favorite peoples on there as well. You know what I mean? There's so many that I could have asked you, but why? Time I run. Now I did want to ask you. You mentioned Tupac, and you mentioned Do It All, right?
Yeah.
Now what they have in common, basically, Do It All was a former guest on this show, RePPiN4U, right? A few years ago.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, in fact, the whole lot of the underground, all three of them have been on the show, but like on separate occasions. So they never came on the group. They came on,
it's hot.
Yeah, Lord Jazz came on, and Mr. Funky came on at the time, and then Do It All. Now that's Do It All I want to focus on, right? Because I know that Do It All's been on your platform, Madism TV, and all that. Right, I know that you are really passionate about, pushing him to be the next. Now
Westward Councilman.
That's it. No, he wasn't. He was running. Now, when he came on the show a few years ago, he was running for that position, and he didn't get through, which I was really upset about, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm in the UK, I can't do anything. But those in New Jersey, I just want to know what happened. How come he didn't win? So, on his behalf, I need you, Hakim, to tell the people, especially the black people, why they should back Do It All. Now, before you answer, I need to go back to Tupac, because Do It All told me on the show that Tupac once said that musicians like yourselves, you got some powerful voices that you could possibly run for a politics role in your future, because that's how powerful your lyrics are.
Yeah.
Tupac once said that, so Do It All took those lyrics and thought, right, and he applied it. So again, tell the people why Do It All must win this time.
Yep. Well, first, he's born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, in the West Ward. We talk about raising yourself up by your bootstraps is a nice colloquialism that people like to throw around. But he literally did that. He lifted himself up by his bootstrap, got himself into college, but his rap career took him to heights, he could never imagine, took him around the world, gained so much experience, and then to come right back home to Newark, New Jersey, to take all that knowledge, that wisdom, that network, that enrichment back home. I mean, it's just a testament to who he is as a man and as a Newarker. And then he's hip hop. I think it's very important that, hip hop generation literally takes over. And we see that happening. And when he's elected on May 10th, he'll be the first platinum artist to be elected as an official in the United States. So, but beyond that, he's a Norfolk, so That's why he needs to. He gets it. He understands. He's we say 10 toes down. I said I was doing some consultant work for him like 10 years ago around literacy, building out a literacy program. This is, years before he decided to run the first time around. In terms of his work, anti-violence work, along with 24 Hours of Peace, but he's been doing stuff around that, before 24 Hours of Peace touched down. And he's in his team Baraka, and the great mayor Ras Baraka has been doing some phenomenal things citywide. Anybody who's been following the history of Newark knows that, for a good time, Newark was considered the murder capital of the U.S. It would be in the top 5, top 10 every year, and that's no longer the case. It's considered one of the safest big cities. Still has its issues, still has its problems. No doubt, we're digging ourselves out of years of underfunding and years of whatever. But he's been doing some great work, man, especially around anti-violence and the first community review board system, I want to say, in the country. I think that's not true. Let me not put that out there. But they have a community review board, and that's unheard of for a city the size of Newark, New Jersey. And this is what this mayor has been able to do, and do it all is on that team. So, be a very good look all the way around. Newark is for artists. Arts and culture is something really big and important to the city. And who better to represent that than DoItAll Kelly from Lords of the Underground?
Yeah.
Do it all. Come on, people. I don't know what went wrong last time. You know what I mean? I thought it would have been a no-brainer, and he didn't get through a couple of weeks ago.
Well, yeah, but politics is a very funny thing in that usually people don't win their first go round, right?
Yeah,
and
you're right.
When you look at voting constituencies beyond DoItAll, beyond any individual person, when you look at these in the quote unquote in the hood, in Black neighborhoods, it's older Black women who are politically engaged. Older people who actually care about the issues.
Right.
Younger people tend not to care about, like, healthcare is not a big issue for teenagers and 20-somethings, 30-somethings.
Yeah.
You don't really start to care about those things until you need it in your late 40s, Right. So then, to be a new person on the scene trying to run for office, you're trying to tap into a voting block that's very unfamiliar with you, right? So you kind of have to work your way in and earn their respect, and introduce yourself to them. And that takes years. You're talking about politics and who I'm going to vote for what's important in my life. It takes some time to earn people's trust,
It does.
So he's been able to do that. It's going to show on May 10th that, he's gained people's trust. And,
So people say,
very optimistic.
People say, oh, politicians always say the same thing, and the same thing, and then it's the same lies, and but with DoItAll, you got that sense of realism, man. You know what I mean? People, I'm in the UK. You ain't gonna listen to me. You ain't gonna listen to Oni, but it's like, yo, New Jersey, come on, man. You know what I mean? You got you got a person that really cares. Do it all for the win, man. Matter of fact, if he wins, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I have to celebrate somehow. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll be huge. You'll be a win for hip hop as well. You know what I mean?
It'll be huge.
You know what, Hakim Green? I respect what you said about the elderly and people. We need to respect them because I have addressed this before, because they are a dying breed. And we need them. They've got so much knowledge. They've got so much wisdom. They bring so much to us. Sometimes we don't realize what they're actually saying to us and what they're bringing to us until years later. But we need to value them.
That's right. They've lived our experiences already. So it'd be wise to tap in. But unfortunately, most of us, we gotta learn through experience. You gotta bump your head a couple times before you realize how low the pipe is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh man. Healthcare is important. Well, maybe I should vote for this candidate because that's what they're talking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
So yeah.
what's up, man.
Yeah, nans aren't like they used to be. Nans are now looking young. They're looking like 25-year-olds. You know, not like back in the days where, you know, Nan used to look like a proper Nan, you know, come sit here, let me read you a story. And it's not like that now. So they are completely a dying breed. Am I right in saying that?
Nans these days are twerking and all sorts, man.
Nans are looking like me now, do you know, not like, you know, how they used to be. Can I read you a story and let's sit down and, you know, talk about, you know, my past and all the adventures and stories that I used to go through. And it's not the same anymore.
Yo, Oni, quick thing.
Yeah.
Without revealing your age, I know people younger than you, uglier than you, should I say. And yeah, I said it, uglier than you, and their grandmothers already. And I'm like, how the hell did that happen? I'm looking at them like, oh hell no. That's when it gets real. That's when it gets real, man. Serious? It's like,
yeah.
Man, B.D.S.I.R network, it is the best damn show in worldwide radio. You have just witnessed a classic. Grant Body P, Only D, with the man called Hakim Green of Channel Live. Just my God, niggas! Who got the juice now? We want the smoke. We want all the smoke.
Wu-Tang Clan rocks the world.
Let's get straight to the fact. Egypt is really Cam and Cam is black. But what's right and exact is what most niggas lack. The ancestors called us king. Ingu was the word for that. Inga is my queen. If you don't know what I mean, check the Kebra and the Gas, which is the book of kings. But niggas don't study, they get caught up in the drama like snakes in the grass, my nigga. I don't mean naga. Check the saga. I bring you holy mana. The sun rises in the east, which wakes the holy prana. So let me pause like the comma. Check that nigga's dharma. What goes around comes around. Check that nigga's karma. Now, if you don't get the point, here's some more, my nigga. He's from the gods and earths, and he's a more, my nigga. My nigga Nigel comes from Niger. I call Nigel my nigga. People get hyper. I'm like the last poets because I love my niggas. Who would ever thought the president would be my nigga? What goes around comes around, time always tells. Words cast spells just to spell mental hell. Looking through the vision of another man's sight. See God in yourself, my nigga, it's all right. Just rise from the lower, plant seeds for the sower. If Jigga is my nigga, how could he be Jehovah? Jehovah's really Yahuwah. Because words are just tools now. Who weighs and measures? My niggas looking words in the quest for earthly treasures. It's all mathematics, so we say my nigga. It's more right and exact, plus got swag and flavor. Since power's in the word, the Lord said, name it. We named ourselves niggas. Now niggas don't want to claim it. I paint the picture, frame it. We let the devil shame. A people with no name is a people with no aim. With no land to claim, my struggle goes in vain. But my niggas fight over words that's inflicting so much pain. I want to say my nigga said refrain around white people because they don't understand the pain. My naga heals the venom and makes the serpent tame. The resurrected niggas on the throne set the reign. Peace, my niggas.
Wow! Wow, I'm speechless.